Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be giving you my super enthusiastic and very satisfied film review for the latest entry into the DCEU, The Suicide Squad, which dropped today in theaters and on HBO Max. Thank you, James Gunn. Thank you very, very much. Now, before I go on and I start gushing, of course, please be warned that major spoilers are to follow. You know, there was a reason he warned us a few years ago not to get too attached to any of these characters, and there's for very good reason. So if you have not seen The Suicide Squad yet, and you fully plan to and you want to, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be definitely discussing and going into massive spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. Spoiler warning issued. Spoilers starting now. First and foremost, the characters who all did die. A majority of them who died, I suspected or semi-knew they would die because they were so obscured and so unknown in terms of like the knowledge into the general public. However, there were quite a couple of these deaths really did catch me off guard and left me quite shocked. The ones that shocked me the most were Captain Boomerang and Rick Flag. I mean, those two, I thought those two would be amongst the few survivors of this movie, but apparently not. You know, both of them die. Like, Rick Flag dies towards the end of the movie, killed by Peacemaker himself, and then Captain Boomerang is incinerated on the beach within the opening scene of the movie. I mean, a lot of other characters die too, but again, those character deaths weren't exactly surprising to me. But man, I did not see or think that they would kill off Rick Flag or Captain Boomerang, and it's got me wondering, you know, who's going to lead the Suicide Squad next now that Rick Flag is gone? Peacemaker, perhaps? That post-credit scene could definitely tease that possibility, but it was mostly there just to tease the new Peacemaker show, which is coming out next year, also coming from James Gunn, so I'm excited about that, because James Gunn absolutely threw it out of the park with this movie. I mean, he has perfected his style of filmmaking by now. He has this excellent balance of fun, excitement, energy, action, violence, and gore and humor, and it all blends so well and so perfectly together when he's given absolute total creative freedom. And I sincerely hope they bring him back for a third Suicide Squad film and just other DC properties in the future. I mean, wow, what a movie. It was so much fun. From beginning to end, I was hooked and glued to the screen. I was also delighted that the character who I wanted to see survive, I mean, I want to see a couple of people survive, but the one I definitely wanted to see survive to return for more DC films was King Shark. So I was absolutely thrilled and pleased about that. And another death that shocked me, because I thought he was going to make it since he seemed to be one of the last survivors still standing, was Polka Dot Man. And then Starro kills him. I mean, it was kind of a funny death. He's like, I'm a superhero. And then the big fin comes down and crushes him. But oh man, that was a bummer. Although, I gotta say, as bummed as I was about Polka Dot Man, I was delighted and very surprised where it turns out Weasel actually survived. I mean, his drowning scene was so funny and yet so sad. And you know what? Good on Savant for being decent enough to try to save the poor bastard, because he didn't really do much besides freak out and turn tail and run. Although, to give him credit, he did try to save Weasel's life, so good on him. Also, of course, they had to include one head explosion. Somebody was going to disobey Waller's orders, and I guess it was Michael Rooker's character, because shockingly, Michael Rooker seems to have a tendency of dying in James Gunn movies. Oh man, what a fun, entertaining movie this was. I'm sorry for the characters that died, but I'm also very pleased with the ones that lived, because now they can return for a third Suicide Squad film, as well as other movies in the DCEU in the foreseeable future. Super entertaining, straightforward story. I loved the big scope and scale of the film. Not only was it an awesome, massive ensemble piece with so many awesome characters, and even though some of them were more short-lived than others, they were on screen long enough to still be entertaining, engaging, and funny enough for us. And there was still somewhat of an impact when we felt and watched them die. Oh God, and then the scene where they think they're rescuing Flag and they kill all the freedom fighters. The realization as it dawns on them was hysterical. Oh God, I cannot wait to see this movie again. I'm gonna have to see it again this weekend in the theaters if I don't watch it here at home. My first viewing, I just came from my local movie theater on the big Dolby screen, and it was awesome. Crowd was great too. We all had the right reactions at just the right time. So very super fun, entertaining movie. Highly recommended. I absolutely love the fact that a movie that is my least favorite DCU film, Suicide Squad, got such a tremendous and significantly improved supersized sequel slash reboot that was just 1,000 times better and far more enjoyable. So well done, James Gunn and Warner Brothers and DC, and thank you very much. Please give us more movies with these characters. All right, guys, have an awesome rest of your night. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Suicide Squad as much as I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. The Suicide Squad is now playing in theaters and on HBO Max for the next month, so check it out. It's awesome. Sit through the entire thing for both great post-credit scenes. You don't want to miss it. Have a good one, everybody. Stay cool and stay safe out there, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.